The Gopher Coaches Show is brought to you by Chris Lindahl Real Estate and by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. With Lindsay Whalen and Ben Johnson. Now, it's the Gopher Coaches Show.
Welcome into the Gopher Coaches Show. I'm Pierre Nugent, joined as always by K-Fans Justin Gard. With us today for the first time this season is the head coach of Gopher women's basketball, Lindsay Whalen. Lindsay, first and foremost, we got to say, after coming off appendectomy surgery, I think the fans want to know how you're doing after surgery.
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's today is 3 weeks post-op, so I'm doing good. I'm trying as best I can to still take it easy at times and listen to my body and whatnot. They told me, it was a week that I was essentially away from the team, and then I've been back for about 2 weeks, but about the month mark is when they said I can start lifting over 10 to 15 pounds again and working out again. So still recovering and listening to my body and taking Advil and Tylenol when I'm sore and things. And I don't know, it was a crazy few days leading up. I'm glad I went to the doctor finally before we went to Rutgers, and I was shocked when they told me that's what it was. But I don't know. It's what it is. Great medical, facility doctors. Our doctors and nurses and medical staff. They're true heroes, and just cannot thank everybody enough for taking care of me for those few days. And glad to be back with the team, though. It's been great to be back and great to be around the players and their energy.
So what does a close loss in East Lansing do for one's recovery? That was a physical game in East Lansing, yeah. Right? Really a tough, rugged Big Ten game. You and I talked before, and you said that's what it's going to be against Michigan State. Played great, really the entire game, and it came down to a couple of plays down the stretch. How tough was that one to take? Yeah,
well, that one was – I thought we when I asked the team that morning at shoot-around, and I just said – the only way that we can kind of move forward from the other night against Iowa is to go out and compete today and play as hard as we possibly can. And I just asked everybody who was whatever they were asked to do that day, just do it to the best of your ability. And no matter what happens, we'll be able to sleep at night, and we'll be able to get better regardless as a team. And so I thought we did that. And so that was a game where you're drawing up end of game situation plays, you're drawing up after timeout plays. We had some looks, we had a few looks at the rim. We had a couple free throws, some open threes that normally players on our team knocked down, and it just they didn't go. Shots didn't fall, but our effort, the way we were as a team was much better and much more exciting. And so that game was fun to be a part of. And we all hate to lose, but to give, to put our best foot forward felt really good on Sunday.
Yeah, Michigan State's Nia Clouden really hurt you guys in that fourth quarter. She finished with a game-high 25 points. What was it about that fourth quarter and where she really seemed to take over the game for the Spartans there?
Yeah, well, at times I thought she just, put her head down. Obviously, this is in the first, and we came out in a little bit of a 1-2-2 zone against these guys. And in the second, eventually we probably stayed in it a possession or two too long in the second half. But obviously in the second half, I think she had 7 at half, and she got going. She'll be drafted high first round, probably top 5 pick in next year's or in the spring's WNBA draft. So we got to give her credit. Obviously, there was a few situations against the zone where she got loose right there. Was an instance of we lost her in the zone, and then the fourth we went player to player, and there's a couple times where she put her head down and got what she wanted and was able to be aggressive. So she's a great player. She's a really talented kid, and she after that first half was definitely determined in the second half to make some plays for her team.
We wondered after the Iowa game where the leadership might come from your group in that response, and certainly Sarah Scalia provided that on Sunday. Another great game from her. She's probably been your most consistent player this year, but 7 3-pointers, 31 points, really got you guys going that whole afternoon. What has led to her consistency, and how important is she for your team?
She puts the work in. She puts the work in every single day, and she's in here shooting. She's working on her game. She's asking for video. She's asking for extra workouts. She does it every single day. And so, so you talk about Clouden. Sarah was doing the same things for us. She's trying to will us to wins. And so, obviously, she came out and she was hot right from the start. And here's a great skip pass, and our players found her. And, she's just expanded her game as well. She got a few off the mid-range in that game. And she's the one that had the kick out to Deja late. And the shot was like 2 inches short, Mm-hmm. And so then we're probably talking about something different. But there's no question Sarah has really led us and has been a big factor in this season and in every game. And she's kept us in some, like the other night, in a tough environment at Michigan State.
Yeah, Lindsay, and you mentioned Deja just a second ago. She had a productive outing against Michigan State as well, 17 points, 5 of 11 shooting. Would you like to see her possibly be more aggressive and shoot the ball a little more?
Well, it's a balance, right? Because, having her, we need her in aggressive attack mindset for sure. I think it's just figuring out each game where she's going to be. I think this was a great extra pass, and she's shooting the ball great. I mean, her and Sarah have the green light to, from 3. And I'd like to see, I guess what I, kind of mean is I like that off the bounce a little more from her, especially going right. And so we want her to stay aggressive in those moments, and we'll continue to work to put her in those spots. And she's somebody, leads our team in deflections and great fast break you see here. There's some really, really fun plays the other day. And I think as we continue, we're 20 games in. And so we've had, more than half of the season, but as she continues to get more comfortable and our team continues to get more comfortable with her, there'll be more opportunities for her to be aggressive and get in the lane and things like that. She's got a great floater. So yeah, we need her to be aggressive and continue to help our team in that way.
How much do you look at points in the paint in terms of differential between winning and losing? Is there, obviously, I'm guessing you want points in the paint because that means you're getting easy looks, whether it's run-out layups or Caddy Sissoko's getting going. So as you take a look at the last few games, is that one of the separators, is points in the paint for Iowa, points in the paint for Michigan State versus yours?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to have more points in the paint. We have to do a better job defensively. It's the kind of the benchmark is always 30. You want 30 or more points in the paint in a 40-minute game, and you want to hold teams to less than 30. And we have to do a better job. There's no question. We have to defend the paint better, and we have to work to do that. So got a couple days of practice now. That's our first drill today is offense and defense of passing in the post and playing inside. Bailey Helgren is shooting 90% in the conference, and Rose is shooting 65% in the conference, and somewhere in the low 70s overall from the season. So there's no question there's opportunities, and as guards we have to throw it in there and find them. So we'll be working on that today. There's no question, because we shoot the 3 well enough. We need to be sure that we're playing inside out as well. So no question. I'll give you guys a report on how it goes today in practice after. I'll text you guys tonight and let you know how our passing in the post, our very first drill, because we'll set the tone for Purdue, because that's one area against Purdue as we look to move forward. Like that segue.
I did.
We like to move forward. That's an area that it's Coach Shimmy's scout, Shimmy Gray-Miller, a new assistant coach on our staff for this year. It's her scout, and that's an area that she feels we can really attack them and be aggressive is points in the paint.
Well, we are going to look forward to Purdue here in just a second.
You're not going to like this transition.
Yeah, but I'm unfortunately going to be the bad guy
We're going to reverse.
Are we talking surgeries again?
No, not surgeries, no, but I do need to look back at the loss against Iowa, and I know that's the kind of game where you just take the game tape and you just dump it in the garbage, but from your perspective, what was the thing that troubled you the most from that result?
Well, I think just how quickly in the third things got away from us, and we it's kind of like you said. There's I think just like sprinting back in transition, just effort plays. I think that was something where we like I said, it just got away from us pretty quick, and they were able to run out and have fast. But I think they had 56 points in the paint in that game. And it was obviously, I'm trying to use the words to describe it, but it was not anything that we, can have moving forward. We watched some of it. We didn't watch all of it. You're trying to figure out. So this game is Thursday night. We come back in Friday. We got to turn the page to Michigan State Sunday. So it's pretty quick. That was probably a blessing for us that we didn't have too many days to sit and stew about it. Mm-hmm. There's, a couple things. It's like you could either, just throw it away and act like it never happened. But for me, it's how can we learn from it and how can we come back? I've been a part of plenty of games that have gotten away from teams. I told our team about the 2017 finals when we lose by 30 at LA in game 3 and we come back and win game 4 and game 5 and win the championship. We don't get to game 5 if game 3 doesn't happen. Now it's nobody likes it. Nobody wants it to happen. Nobody showed up that day and was like, I hope that happens. There's no way, because, we're all competitive, but when it happens, it's how can you learn from it? How can we move forward? And I think it's a great lesson for our young women that there's going to be adversity, and it's how you handle those times and how you move forward. The easy thing to do would have been Friday, just to lay in bed all day and feel bad for ourselves and watch Netflix and not come in and not watch some video, have some conversation, have some, some direct conversation on what we need to do and what we can all agree to moving forward. The easy thing would have been to do was just to, act like it never happened and lay in bed all day. But that's not why we're here. That's not why I'm here to be the coach and the players are here to play in the Big Ten. You have to come in and do those hard things. And I think you see Friday and then Saturday, they put in, I think you saw a better effort Sunday and a team that, showed a lot of resolve going back from Thursday night. And obviously we would have loved to win that game, but, coaching in that game and coaching that effort was, I think something we can all feel proud about, and just understand that obviously, we want to win and everybody wants to win. Just, now it's the Michigan State. It's a few things here or there that could be the difference. And it's more fun to coach that than obviously the game on Thursday night.
Yeah, certainly so. And more to come here on the Gopher Coaches Show with Lindsay Whalen. When we come back, we'll look ahead to Thursday's matchup against Purdue. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Gopher Coaches Show.
Welcome back to the Gopher Coaches Show. Lindsay Whalen with us this week. And Lindsay, let's look ahead to Thursday's contest in West Lafayette. Purdue coming off a loss against Michigan the other night, but they have 12 wins on the year. What do you see when you study this team on film?
Well, it's a team that they play hard, no question. Katie Geralds has done a really good job with that team. It's also her alma mater, and I remember playing against her a little bit, when she was at Purdue, and then a little bit in the WNBA. And so she's just a tough player, and she's got them playing well. Janae Terry has a couple game winners at the buzzer for them this year. She's somebody who's obviously, you can see here, she's physical. She's got a nice first step, got a good mid-range, and they play 4 guards. They try to space you out. They've got players that can shoot it from 3 all over the court, and so it'll be a challenge for us to be able to get to those shooters, keep people in front of us. They lose to Michigan last night, so we know that they'll be motivated and ready to go. And there you see Janae Terry, and that was in the ACC Big Ten Challenge against Georgia Tech. She's a game winner against a really good Georgia Tech team. Purdue takes Indiana to overtime. Just watched that game yesterday as you kind of turn the page, and and get ready for Purdue. So, a tough team, gritty team, and it'll be a battle because they're 3-4. They're one game in front of us in the conference. This is a tie-break game. This is the one time we play them, and so you get this one, and then overall we're tied, but we get the game. We get the go ahead in the conference. So it's going to be a battle. It'll be a fun one.
They're led in scoring by Madison Layden, and you mentioned kind of the 4 guards, and they'll like to go small. So what are the keys there defensively to slow all of them down?
Yeah, well, I think we'll mix it up on them, and like we started out zone the other night against Michigan State. Now this team, it's a little harder to zone because they can spread you out with so many shooters. Layden's playing really well. She's somebody she's long, can shoot it. And so this will be, between Caddy, Godiva a little bit. This is going to be a good matchup for them. And they play, kind of more that 4-out-1-in style. And so it'll be, obviously both teams want to shoot it. And what we just talked about earlier, JG, there'll be points in the paint. Can we, Layden is a great shooter. And as well as Terry on the perimeter, but can we go at them inside, and can we get some offensive rebounds and get Rose going early, get Bailey going on the block, Caddy some post-up opportunities. So it'll be a little bit of a test of wills, and like we said, both teams shoot it from 3 well. Both teams want to shoot it from 3 well, but that's probably at the end when we do our post-game interview, JG. Whether it's a win or a loss, we'll probably go to that and see. So that's why it's our first drill today. Maybe that's the only thing we'll do today. We'll see.
Lindsay, what's the message to your team right now? You've lost 4 of 5, but there's still a lot of games left to play this season. What do you say to the team to get them to realize that things can turn around?
Well, yeah, if you look at our who we've played and how this season has gone. So half of our games are against top 40 teams in the country and net rankings, the new ranking system that the NCAA goes off of, different than AP poll and USA Today and this and that. It's, talk about, how you're playing, offensive efficiency, who you've played, where you've played, how you're playing now, and how the teams you've played have fared. And so half of our games are against teams that'll play in the NCAA tournament. And we've been in several games. A couple have gotten away from us, but we've been in a lot of games with those teams. The schedule coming up, there's some real opportunities for us to make a run and to stack some wins. And when we watch today's edit of Michigan State, we'll see 6 to 8 possessions offensively and defensively, where if we stay on a shooter longer, if we make an extra pass and we play inside and play inside out, then we're probably talking about a win. And so just figuring out with this team those differences, and we've done it. We've beaten some teams that are in that top 50 category, and at Arizona State and Syracuse, and so we've been in some games, North Carolina, Nebraska, down to the wire. Now it's just, how do we get over the top? And JG, we say it all the time, or you usually say it to me, that we're close. We're so close. And we are, there's no question, as a coach, you want it to be like, yes, no, we won. But you're right, we're close. And so we have 10 games to go, Pierre. We have 10 games to go before the Big Ten tournament. A lot of opportunities for growth and some victories. And so that's where we go. We've been working, with this team since June. Obviously take August off. We've been all together since September. Here we are last week of January, where it's minus 35 when we wake up, but the sun is up, it's here. We have opportunities to get better. We have opportunities to end this season on a high note, and we go into every day of practice with that optimism. And it's the only way I know. It's the only way I've been, taught through coaches I've played for and seasons I've gone through. So that's what we do. We get to it today and tomorrow, and have a safe flight down to West Lafayette, and try to go get one on Thursday night.
Yeah, certainly. Well said. All right, stick around. More to come here on the Gopher Coaches Show. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at how some of the newer faces are helping this team get to where it wants to be. That's next. Welcome back to the Gopher Coaches Show. Pierre Nugent, Justin Gard, Lindsay Whalen with us. And Lindsay, your starters have logged a lot of minutes for you this season. The other night against Michigan State, you had 5 players come off the bench to play a combined 46 minutes. They only scored 2 points between the 5 of them. So what does the second unit have to do in order to help keep you guys in games?
Yeah, well, honestly, I thought I got to talk about Laura Bagwell, Katalinic. I thought she was the one who had, a field goal for us. And I thought she was her leadership, things that you don't see in the game that leading up to Friday, Saturday in those practices. I thought she was tremendous. She hits their jumper. She gets a jump ball late in the second half. Here's a jumper. Might have been a little foul there. And she got a jump ball. She gets a deflection. She sets a great screen for us. And so. I thought that, Laura, played a really, really nice game for us. And with Lex and, Rose came off the bench that game, and, Diva, I thought, Diva had good looks, Diva had good looks, and she was just down here shooting 10 minutes ago, getting her shots up before practice. So I have confidence that the bench is going to be ready to go, and we'll need them to come in and provide a spark against Purdue, no question.
Certainly so. Yeah, and before we go here today on the Gopher Coaches Show, we wanted to remind everybody that beginning Wednesday, the University of Minnesota will require fans attending games at Williams Arena to show proof of COVID-19 vaccination or proof of a negative COVID test within 72 hours of the event. That policy scheduled to last until February 9th, but that could be extended. Our thanks to everybody for watching the Gopher Coaches Show, and our special thanks to Lindsay Whalen for joining us here on the Gopher Coaches Show. We'll see you guys next week.